as we're helping our kids, there's that fine line.
Here we
How do
go.
we not micromanage how because obviously a part of our job as parents is not to fix
No.
everything, which is really, really hard. I know I've been there and trying there are times where you gotta let them make mistakes, but then you also don't want to see them fail. So how do we do that? How do we set up strategies, but also still give them that ability to take accountability for themselves?
So I have one thing that I would like to say that's actually research proven. I did not do the research. This is real research. Excuse me. If you need, it was Dr. Bill Stickrod. So I do want to say who I attribute to this. And if you have not read, I'm not even promoting my own books. I'm promoting his. It's called The Self-Driven Child. It is groundbreaking and it is amazing. But the research shows us across the board. So it does not matter if your child is 8 or 18. This is why I'm talking about it. Because again, we have all ages and stages out here. So follow along because I'm going to try to say this so that it makes sense. The more we control as parents, the more we control, right? Hold on, micromanage, whatever words you want to use, okay? The higher the anxiety of our child is. So here's it: less control, more anxiety, less motivation. Okay, I'm going to do that again. So think of it the reverse. The more we allow choice and control, agent, whatever word you want to use, ownership, agency, all of that, believe it or not, the less anxiety and the more motivation. That is not a Leslieism, okay? Because in my 21 years, I feel like I have the right to say this is a Leslieism, but this is research proven. It is a fine line because you're going to give your 8-year-old less choice and control, excuse me, excuse me, less choice and control, obviously, just by the sheer nature of how old they are. You are. I get it. I'm going to give my 18-year-old way more agency than I am. So I want you guys to remember this. It is your job as parents to set parameters, but it's your child's job to negotiate them.
Ooh, I
That is
like
my
that.
parenting mantra. I probably say that 40 times a day. It is your job to set the parameters. So that doesn't mean it's a free for all. I do not believe in that. I do not believe in like whatever they want, but I also don't believe in like, holding reins and being very restrictive. Not every emotion is an emergency, and not every problem is yours to solve.
Mhm.
Okay? So, if your child is truly struggling, I mean, this is very 36,000 level view. If your child is truly struggling, let's say you're coming home, they're a hard time getting homework done, they don't want your help, they're missing assignments, all the stuff we hear day in and day out in all of our groups. The first place you need to go is to school. And we don't think that way. Like homework and studying, all of that, do not start at home. It starts the minute your child walks into their first class. I want you all to think of every single thing that has to line up perfectly in your child's day for them to be able to activate at night. Did they understand what they learned? Did they hear what they learned? Did they bring home the right resources? Did their day go well? Did something happen? So if there are, trust me on this one, if there is something that you are seeing at home, I'm missing assignments, my kid says he's doing it, he's not doing it, your first place to go to is school. What is happening there? What are they noticing? You have to do your eye spying because it starts there. Now, I'm not disparaging teachers or school, but if they're having a tough time here, we need to figure out, it's like, right? We got to figure out where it's funneling from. Maybe it's too much homework. Maybe they don't understand. Maybe it's not broken down enough. Maybe it's not task specific. There's all of these questions. One of my favorite things, parents tend to ask their kids a lot, hey, what do you have to do tonight? Like, what's your home? And kids recite it. I got a bio lab, I got a Spanish, whatever. But you're not asking the right question. The question isn't what do you have to do? The question is, do you understand what it is you have to do?
Oh, I really love just that, even that simple reframe. Do you understand?
Understand. Very
Yes,
different response.
absolutely.
So I want you guys, so that's a couple things there. I want you to figure out what choice and control you're willing to give with parameters in place. Because here's the other thing, I believe in low stakes, high stakes. This is just my way. I believe that if your child is alone in what it is they're doing and it does not affect anybody else, that's what I mean by alone, the stakes are lower. Like they'll miss an assignment, they'll fail a test. Honestly, we coach high school and college students. Even failing a test in college does not move the marker that much. Okay. I went to an Ivy League school and I failed an entire subject in college and still made it out pretty well. Like I need to bring the volume down, the heat down, and all of that. What I don't believe is high stakes. Like if your kid is applying to college and they're going to miss an important deadline, do I think we just go like that? No, I don't. I think we don't let that high stakes because that has major ramifications. If your kid is part of a group project and you know what I'm saying, if it affects others, I'm not, but if it's them and them alone, I tend to say, you know what, now I don't do it blindly. It's, do they understand? Is this too much for them? How are they doing in this class? Like what else is getting in their way?
Mhm.
You have to do that homework and figure that out before you can leave your kid to his own like accountability or lack thereof. And here's another fun fact for you. If you leave your kid to their own accountability and it doesn't work out for them, don't you now have something to work off of instead of saving them every time?
That's very, very true. Yeah.
And the other thing that we see so much of is parents are saving their kids so that when they go to the school to say, you know, my child is really struggling and my child needs accommodations or my child is really and they're looking at you like, what are you talking about? Like they're turning in their homework perfectly every night and they're because what are you doing? They're not seeing what's happening. So sometimes we do need to back off a little. Now, I understand that some of you are going to be like, well, my kid's self-esteem and all that. I get that mix. That's where it's a slippery slope, but I feel like that it is okay if it's done in the right way. I
Hmm.
do. I
Yeah.
really do. You've got to
I,
remember choice and control are the key to your child's here.